What's going on, guys? Avery here, aka Romer the Roamer, owner of restrictedinventory.com. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how to deal with unfulfillable inventory, not stranded inventory. Stranded inventory is different. We'll talk a little bit about that. But unfulfillable inventory on Amazon, what it is, how to deal with it, the system that I use to deal with it, because I know what it's like when you have unfulfillable inventory. It seems like everything is but I guarantee you it's not. There's a way to deal with it, and in this video I'm going to break down my exact system for dealing with unfulfillable inventory. So first of all, what is unfulfillable inventory? Unfulfillable inventory is inventory, and I'm a bookseller, so I'm going to focus on books, but this could happen with other items as well. It's actually a little bit more problematic with other items than with books, because when you sell other items, for example, a supplement, when the customer gets it, they might open it, they might break the seal, and when it gets back to Amazon, it may never be sellable again according to their policy because it's no longer a new item. But with books and used books, even new books, most of the time when the customer gets it, they return it, and most of the time the book is in good condition, and Amazon will simply relist it for you and make it available for sale again. But with unfulfillable inventory, it is inventory that Amazon deems unsellable for the following three reasons. Reason number one is the customer damaged the item. Okay, so that's pretty obvious. Customer opens a book, they tear out 3 pages, and they ship it back to Amazon. Boom, customer damaged it. Reason number two is the carrier damaged the item. So FedEx, USPS, usually USPS, UPS, the carrier actually physically damages the item. Reason number three is the warehouse damages the item. So Amazon's admitting fault. They say, hey, look, we got your item back, but our warehouse workers or the systems, if you guys have seen those conveyor belts, something happened to your item at the warehouse. The good thing about that last one, and maybe even about the first one, the customer damaging it, really any of these, you can try and have Amazon reimburse you, but especially if Amazon admits fault to warehouse damage, you can get money back from Amazon simply by opening a case. I will give a quick shout out to a service that I've used, and they've been pretty good. They don't catch everything. If you really want to catch everything that Amazon owes you money. This is how Amazon works. Amazon owes you money for items they've lost, damaged, or otherwise have decreased the value of the item for whatever reason. They owe you money for this, but they do not pay you your money until you ask for it. So you can simply open cases for a variety of different reasons. Inbound shipments, what we're talking about now, unfulfillable inventory when it's their fault. Amazon owes you money for items that they've damaged and for problems that they've created in your life. But they don't pay you unless you ask for it, so you can open cases. I use a service called Refunds Manager, so I will link them below. That is my affiliate link. The way Refunds Manager works, and the reason why I like them, is they don't charge you anything unless they get you money back. So let's say, if you do about $30,000 in sales, you could probably expect, I'm talking about on an annual basis, or you could even talk about on a monthly basis, but for every $30,000 in sales, you can probably get anywhere from $300 to $1,000 back from Amazon. Yes, they make that many mistakes. So you can do it yourself, or you can use Refunds Manager below. I've thought about creating this service myself where I offer inventory management for you guys, but just never got around to it. So I still recommend Refunds Manager. They will charge you 30% on your debit card or credit card that you signed up for of whatever they get you back. So if they get you $1,000 back, they will charge you $300, but that is $700 for you to keep. Okay, so now that you know what unfulfillable inventory is, I'm going to break down exactly how I deal with my unfulfillable inventory, and we're going to talk a little bit about automated solutions and delegated solutions. So let's dive into my screen. Okay, so in order to view your unfulfillable inventory, what you're going to do is go to Inventory, Manage Inventory. You're not going to click on stranded inventory. Stranded inventory is a little bit different, which I'll harp on at the very end of this video. Unfulfillable inventory, that's what we're focusing on. You're going to select that. Once you select that, it's going to show you all of your unfulfillable inventory here. Okay, this is all the inventory that's not active on Amazon. And it is important to note that even though this inventory is not active on Amazon, it is taking up space at Amazon. It's affecting your restock limits. So let's say Amazon only allows you to send in 1,000 items. If you have unfulfillable inventory, that is counting towards items that you've sent in. Inbound shipments also count towards your restock limit. This isn't a restock limit video, but this is part of my automated system for dealing with this. The motivation behind me wanting to deal with unfulfillable inventory fast is I want more space so I can send in more profitable product as quickly as possible to Amazon. So this is how we're going to deal with unfulfillable inventory. This is the automated solution, and I'm also going to go about another. I'm going to go over another solution that is a delegated solution, which means I use my team in order to squeeze out more profit. So here's the automated solution. We go to Settings, Fulfillment by Amazon. We click on Fulfillments by Amazon. Now what we're going to do is go down to Unfulfillable Inventory. It should pop up. There we go. Automated Unfulfillable Settings, and we'll click on Edit. So again, I am primarily a bookseller, but occasionally I do sell other items. So let's pretend I sold this deodorant here. If somebody received this item and they broke the seal, opened it up and put it on, obviously I cannot sell this item anymore. But Amazon does have a refurbishment option. So they don't do this with books, but they do this with other categories, whether it's apparel, fashion, office products. They will re-shrink wrap it. They'll do whatever they need to do to fix it, to make it sellable again. So I went ahead and opted into that. I don't see why you wouldn't opt into that. They will charge a fee for that, but they make your product sellable again. So we definitely want to enroll in that. Number 2 is liquidations. Now, okay, let's say I have a book that is a $100 book. This is where personal preference comes in. But if I have a $100 book that is unfulfillable, it's damaged, Amazon doesn't let me sell it, I'm going to take $5 or $10 right now that Amazon's going to pay me by connecting me with a wholesaler. Now, this is a brand new program. They have the liquidation program rolled out a few months ago, so I don't have a whole lot of personal experience with it. I don't even know if I've ever been paid from it, but we're just going to go with that option because I would rather have $5 or $10 right now than have to deal with the inventory and try to milk out $100 potentially over the course of several months. I'd rather just take that money immediately. So the last option, this is really the important option, is we are going to dispose all unfulfillable inventory on the first of each month. Now this is a good system for somebody who wants to open up their storage limits. If you're having storage limit restock limit, not storage limits. If you're having issues with restock limits, you don't have enough space to send in more units, you should probably set this option just to dispose everything on the first of each month. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a ton of profit to be had with your unfulfillable inventory. Just because Amazon says it's not good to sell doesn't mean it's not good to sell. I pulled several of my friends, I asked big sellers, small sellers, I said, what do you do with your unfulfillable inventory? A lot of them just throw it away. A lot of the bigger sellers do, but some of the smaller sellers, even some of the bigger sellers, will actually get the inventory sent back to them, that's what I'm about to go over. But oftentimes when they get the inventory back, it's in perfect condition. Nothing was really wrong with it, and it was an error by Amazon. Amazon classified it unsellable for whatever reason. Amazon always errs on the safe side of dealing with inventory. They don't want to piss the customers off. So if the customer returns an item because it's not in impeccable condition, then Amazon will deem that item unsellable, even if the customer was just a little picky and maybe it's actually a good product. Okay, so on the first of each month, know that this program, this code, is going to dispose of all inventory. Now, every single day, what I recommend you do is have your team or yourself log in and deal with stranded inventory. So this is really the meat and potatoes of this video. This is how we deal with unfulfillable inventory on a day-to-day basis. So we go back to remove unfulfillable inventory. And what I do is I have my VAs go in here and they simply copy the ASIN. They paste it on Amazon. Here's a little tip. The ASIN is I think it's 8 or 10 digits, whatever it is. You can just replace up in the URL up here, or you can search it in the search box and it will come up. But if you just want to continuously search products, you can just replace this number here. How many numbers is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10. So this little 10-digit number up here, you can just replace the ASIN, and it will update the current URL to the new Amazon page, if that makes sense. Okay, so what I do is I open this up, and I have my team just check the sales rank. We use Keepa. If you guys have Keepa, you can just use Keepa. They also display sales rank at the bottom of the page. What I'm doing here is I want to see the sales rank, and I want to see what the lowest price is. So on Keepa, we can see the sales rank. I can see the sales rank is 1.8 million. And we have a few rules. Here are our rules. So if the product is over $15 and the sales rank is under 2 million, remember we're dealing with books here primarily, so these would change for other categories, but we don't sell enough other categories for me to make rules for this, so we're just going to keep the rules the same. So if it's over $15 and under 2 million rank, we remove it back to us. We say if the book is deemed unsellable by Amazon and it's over $15, under 2 million rank, we want it back. We want to reassess it. I'm going to send it back to the warehouse. It's probably going to cost me $1 or $2 when all is said and done. I think it's 60 cents from Amazon to my warehouse, and then I pay my warehouse employees. Whether I pay my employees myself or a prep center, it usually comes out to $1 per unit. That's just what I found. Maybe my team works slow, but to deal with inventory, unfulfillable inventory, it costs about $1 per unit for my team to deal with it. If you take their time, I pay them $12 an hour. So I'm willing to take that $2 to $3, whatever it's called, expense in order to get it back and potentially resell it for much greater profits. So if it's over $15, under 2 million rank, we remove it. If it's under $15, we just dispose of it regardless of the rank. It's not going to be worth it. We'll liquidate it if we can. We'll go ahead and get that 5-10% from the liquidators, Amazon's liquidation program. Again, I've yet to be paid by them, but hopefully it works. If it's over 2 million rank and less than $50, we are going to dispose of it. So if the sales rank is pretty high and the price is only $50 or less, we're just going to get rid of it. But if it's over 2 million rank and the lowest price is greater than $50, we're going to remove it back to us. I know it sounds complicated, but this is really actually a very simple process, and it takes them like probably 30 seconds on average per unfulfillable unit. We manage over 30 Amazon accounts. 7 of those are my personal accounts. Well, not personal, but accounts that I sell on. Most of them are my personal accounts out of the 7, but I do have partnerships where I sell on other people's accounts and pay them a percent of their sales. So we manage all of my personal accounts with this system. Then we have like another 20 accounts that I also manage for other people. And this is the system that we use. Okay, so anyone that doesn't know how to deal with disposing the inventory manually or removing it, it's very simple. All you need to do is select the item or items that you're dealing with, click on Create Removal Order. So what you're going to do is you have 3 options here. You can either liquidate it, click on Return to Address, which means you're going to get it sent back to you, or you can dispose of it. So you select any of these. It's probably quickest to select everything at once that you want to send back to you, and then click on Return to this address. I actually have my team do this on a 1-by-1 basis, and the reason why, it's very tedious, but we want to know what source the item's coming from, because 90% of my inventory is other people's inventory. I do consignment. I sell books for other people, so I want to know that this is Eric's book. So when we send Eric's book back, if it's unfulfillable, we want to know that it belongs to Eric, so we actually put Eric on the address, so we know it's Eric's item. But you guys don't have to do that. You don't have to be super meticulous with that. But if you are selling inventory for other people and you want to make sure you keep track of who that inventory is for, simply just put their name on the receiving address, and you'll get it that way. So then right here it's saying not available at the bottom if you see this, but usually it will allow you to edit this to 1. I've already created a removal order for this, so the system knows not to not to allow me to make any additional changes because it would be a duplicate request on Amazon. So then what we would do is we enter one, we click on review, and then accept, and that's how you do it. If you want to set a removal ID just for your own purposes, you could, but I don't really think that's worth it. So we usually leave that blank unless they require us to fill it out. We'll just keyboard punch. But that is it. That is how you deal with unfulfillable inventory. I did say I was going to touch on stranded inventory. Stranded inventory is a bit different. I might make a different video on that, but stranded inventory is generally high pricing errors, restricted items, maybe the listing needs to be updated. It's a very case-by-case basis with stranded inventory, so if you are dealing with stranded inventory, it's going to require a more complex set of rules that you're going to give your team to do. But once you figure it out, it's super simple. Like I have a whole standard operating procedure that breaks down every scenario. If you guys do come across restricted textbooks, so if you come across textbooks that you can't sell due to restrictions, you can either liquidate them on Amazon, they'll pay you 5 or 10%, or you can send them back to yourself and sell them on bookscouter.com to a third-party vendor, or if you wish to do business with me, you could actually send them directly to us at restrictedinventory.com, and what we will do is we will take your item, make sure to put your name on it when you send it to us. Just go to restrictedinventory.com. We have all these instructions, but you can send us your stranded textbooks, stranded restricted textbooks. These are usually on average $40 plus. My average sales price is $40 for my textbooks, so these are very profitable items. Like these are, at the end of the day, after Amazon fees, you're looking at $28, $30 profit. And what we'll do is we'll split the profit 50-50. So if you send me restricted textbooks, I'll sell them for you, and I will pay you 50% of the profit. On the website, you can view a complete breakdown. We'll put it on the screen here. A complete breakdown of your profit, what your total sales are, what all your fees are, how much inventory you have left in stock. So if you guys do wish to do business with me, you can simply send me your restricted textbooks directly from Amazon, or if you have them in your possession at home, you can go to our website and we'll print out a FedEx shipping label. You cover the shipping. We get 60% discounted rates with FedEx, so these are really good rates. And you send us your items, just put your items in a box, send them to us, and it's the same thing. We'll check them in, we'll sell them for you. Once they sell, we pay you 50% of the profit. We pay every 2 weeks for items that have sold. That's it, guys. That's all I have for this video. Hopefully this video was helpful, informative. Hopefully you guys now see how I deal with stranded inventory. Again, we have the delegated part of this and the automated part. Once a month, we're destroying everything. But before that once a month comes around, most of the time my team is able to say, hey, this item should be sent back, or hey, this item should be destroyed. And then worst case scenario, if we're just overwhelmed with business and life and my team's not able to get to it, we just destroy everything, regardless of what the profit is. I know it sucks. But we really do want to open our accounts up and have as much space as possible so we can continue to scale our book business. And if you're running a tight operation and you don't have a lot of restock limits, I highly recommend you do the same thing we do. We're once a month. You could even do it more aggressively. You could do once a week, but I do want to give my team time to go in and allocate the inventory properly. You know, if it's above $15, under 2 million rank, all those rules I have. So smash that like button below. Show your boy some love if this was informative for you. Without further ado, I'll catch you in the next video. Hopefully we can do business together at restrictedinventory.com. Peace out, family. Much love.